Hello, this is Todd Luck with a very special unboxing and review of the Warriors of Plasm Zero Issue Premium Card Tin. This is from back in the 90s, and this is something that I've always dreamed about having, and now, after 30 years of anticipation, I have it, and we're going to take a look at it. Warriors of Plasm was one of the titles that was put out by Defiant Comics back in the 90s. This was a line of comics started by my favorite writer, Jim Shooter, and unfortunately it did fall victim to the comic book crash of the time, and they were leading up to a crossover called Schism, and unfortunately the month that it was supposed to come out, the line got canceled. But there is currently a fan Kickstarter working with the original creators to complete and release all 4 issues of Schism. It runs until March 2nd, so support that if you can. So the Warriors of Plasm Premium Edition tin set was something we saw advertised in the back of the Defiant Comics. It was limited to only 5,555 copies, and that's a lot of fun to say, so you'll probably hear me repeat that. So it has the complete card set in it, of course, but it also has a ton of extra swag that we're going to be taking a look at. But first of all, just real quick, let's talk about what the Plasm Zero card set was. So the Plasm cards came in packs, and you open them up and you put them together to form comic book pages. And so it was a very unique format. The story was by Jim Shooter with artwork by David Lapham, who would go on to do Stray Bullets, but he was equally talented at doing science fiction. So the Org of Plasm is this organic world that conquers and consumes the populations of other worlds in order to keep up its decadent lifestyle. And it follows the story of a seeker named Lorca who finds other worlds to plunder and follows his life exploring this alien world and how he comes to doubt his deeply held convictions about the society he serves. It's one of my favorite single-issue stories that's ever been told in the comics. Along with the comic story, it also has character cards with more great artwork by David Lapham that have additional bios and stats on the back to flesh out the universe even more. You could buy boxes of cards and open up packs until you had a whole set, or nowadays you can go on eBay and get whole sets or get a binder that already has all the cards in it, or you can get it in comic book format like the Warriors of Plasm Collected Edition. But on top of all that, they also came out with 2 tins that have the complete set of common cards in them. There was a special edition tin that you see on your left, and there were 25,000 of those made, and that's not nearly as much fun to say as the 5,555 copies of the premium tin. So let's take a look at both tins and compare them real quick. So the artwork on the special edition tin, the regular tin, is very good. It's by David Lapham, but this was artwork that had already been used on the covers for the card boxes. The premium tin has artwork by David Lapham, but this artwork is not reused from anything. This is exclusive to the tin, so that is, relatively speaking, pretty premium. All right, so this is pretty standard for card sets. This is shrink wrapped, and so I'm just going to tear into the plastic here and open this sucker up, and we're going to keep it muted so you don't have to hear the sound of crinkling plastic. This is especially merciful for you guys with headphones. It's easy to open. It's standard stuff if you're a card collector. And on an interesting side note, mine came in a Miller box that was actually labeled Plasm Premier Edition 10. So, you may or may not get that if you can find this. It is very, very hard to find. And here it is outside of the plastic. But real quick, let's go back and look at that common special edition card tin again. Look at the pattern on the side here. It's very sleek looking, very nice looking, but it is going to be a little bit different on the premium edition card tin. It has wraparound artwork by David Lapham. This is one long image that wraps around the box in 360 degrees, illustrating scenes from the Zero issue, and it's just really cool how it wraps around and how one side flows into the other. Here we have the Warriors from Earth who are in the ongoing comic series, but it's just really, really cool artwork, and it's just very impressive how much artwork that David Lapham put out at this time to promote Plasm and the card set and the comics, and he was just a machine. Let's take a look at that special edition card 10 one last time to see what extras it had along with the full set. And so it has a certificate you would send away to get a free comic book that unfortunately never happened. And there are extra cards there that you get with that 10. Now, all the extras for the premium card 10 are actually printed on the bottom, but I don't think reading this off is probably going to do much for you unless you know what a level 1 and level 2 chase card on 18-point cardstock means. So I'm just going to open this up and show you. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. What is inside of the tin? And we open it up and okay, we got this little program here. Cool looking. And I already got stuff falling out. Got this little pack of cards. Oh, more stuff falling out. All right, let's take a look at this. And here it is opened, and it's very sleek looking, you know, that nice black material that they store everything in. It's actually fuzzy to the touch. It's very premium feeling. So here are the common cards that make up the set. Now they are full stamped. Now that's not the same thing as foil cards. And so they have a little full stamp on them. You can probably see it a little bit better if I open it. Again, we're going to keep this muted so we don't hear the crinkling of the plastic, which is quite loud. And we're going to get those out. Everything is plastic wrapped. Everything is very well packed, very well sealed in here. All right, and here we've got our cards. And you can probably already see the full stamp with the light shining on it. But yeah, so it's the Plasm logo at the bottom of the cards, and it's shiny. And so that's what it means when it says full stamped. And it's like that on all the cards. And so that's just kind of a way that you can tell that these cards are different from the other cards you might get in the other 10 or the card packs. Now, one thing this premium 10 does have in common with the special edition is that they both have the same message from Jim Shooter. So that's not necessarily all that premium, but it is a very nicely written message. And it does have a certificate of limited edition, and each 10 is numbered. And so if you get the premium 10, that number is obviously going to be lower because there's only 5,555 copies of it. All right, let's take a look at them chase cards that came with this. Now, these are the same chase cards that come in the card set. And the first one here is the Principles from Plasm. These are full embossed cards, and there's a 4-card set. This is your level 2 cards. Now, these are your level 1 cards here, and these are character cards that are foil, and they're really neat. There's 9 of them. That's your level 1 cards. And so these are your Warriors from Plasm. You got Glory there, you got Preach, you got Great Grimax, who's an awesome character. I can't remember their names. It's been years since I've read the series. Sorry, guys. I believe that's Pooch. And there's Nudge, my favorite character in the Defiant universe. Love her to death. Shooter, not Jim Shooter, but the character named Shooter. Oob, I think his name was. And we're back to the Principles of Plasm. Again, those embossed full cards. And that has Lorca with Olnari, his enemy, Sursine, his lustmate, and Lygene is the next card. And there's Sursine's card, and there is Lygene and Lorca. And there you go. And it has an extra Heroes from Earth in it. But that's not a mistake. These 2 cards are slightly different widths. So that makes them different, at least according to this card set. The cards are slightly bowed, but it's not enough to complain about. It's all right. So next, let's take a look at this 4-card set that's exclusive to the 10. And it starts with Prudence and Caution by David Lapham. This is a very early look at what these characters could have looked like. And there you go. There you see the card. These are each series that were going to be coming up. And this is for Glory. However, this artwork is actually from the cover of Plasm number 5, Warriors of Plasm 5. But it's a great image, also by Lapham. And here we have War Dancer by Alan Weiss. And this was used as promotional art. I love that image to death, but that's a great card of War Dancer. Glory didn't have a series that came out, but War Dancer certainly did. And this is the first cover of Charlemagne, Charlemagne number 1 Fantastic cover, fantastic card. And so those are the 4 exclusive cards that you get with this tin. And so then we have the audio comic synopsis. This is, whoa, wait. So we have a certificate falling out, and this is for a free comic that was supposed to come with this tin, but like all these certificates from River Group, they never came out. Those comic books, you would send away from them and you would never get them. But the program here looks really, really cool. Very nice artwork, very slickly made, very nicely designed. It is really nice, very readable too. They did a good job printing this, and it's just very sleek, very nice looking, a very nice bonus. But wait, an audio comic, you say? What's that? Well, what you're looking at right there, that's an actual cassette tape. This was back in the 90s. Yeah, we had audio cassette tapes, kids, and there is a comic book in audio form on this tape. How cool is that? And look, hidden underneath the tape, we have the rest of the card set. This is the rest of the common cards. You know, they couldn't fit them in one bundle, so there you go. So like everything else in this card set, it is wrapped in plastic, so I got to open that sucker up. Again, keeping it on mute so you guys don't have to hear that crinkling plastic. But yeah, I mean, this was a thing back then, right? All those audio cassettes always came into plastic. You always had to take them off, right? And there you go. There is the audio cassette. This is why I wanted this tin. This has been the source of insatiable curiosity about what this thing even looks like. And so you are looking at this special limited edition. Only 5,555 copies exist of this cassette tape with the origin of the Org of Plasm on it. And it's really, really cool. Very slick looking cassette tape. At least as slick as a cassette tape can look. But I got to see if this thing is going to play for me after 30 years in that tin. So here we go. I've got this little device. It opens up and plays audio cassettes. And I haven't used this in quite a while, guys, so I can't even remember how it goes in. But there we go. It goes in that way, and we're going to close it up. And we're going to press play. And nothing happens. At this point, I'm heartbroken. What the heck is wrong? I'm thinking the cassette tape doesn't work. And eventually, though, I'm going to remember that I actually forgot how this device works. So this is actually a device designed to transfer audio cassettes to your computer or for you to listen to them through headphones. And so I'm going to have to grab a speaker in order for it to play audio. So I'm going to be right back. All right, I got that speaker hooked up. Moment of truth. Will it play?
Hello, I'm Jim Shooter, founder of Defiant. The Defiant universe began to unfold with the launch of Warriors of Plasm in early summer of 1992. It continued to evolve with the release of Dark Dominion and The Good Guys, and will reach new heights with the launch of War Dancer in February of 1994.
And so, yes, kids, it does play. How cool is that? And so, along with an introduction by Jim Shooter, there is a fantastic audio drama telling the origin of Plasm, and it is really well done. And so right now there is a YouTube video playing the entire tape that I'm going to link to. It's by Defiant Collector Jim Hollister, and I'll let you listen to the whole thing if you want to. And so anyway, I have now shown you everything you get in the premium tin. And so let's review. So here are the 2 4-card sets, the Principles of Plasm, which comes with the extra Heroes from Earth, and then those 4 that preview the upcoming series. I believe those 4 cards are exclusive to this tin, but they remain a little bit of a mystery because they're not listed on the bottom of the tin. What is listed is a set of 4 cards based on the audio cassette. However, those are not in here, but they are in the special edition tin instead. So I guess there must have been a little bit of a mix-up there. And so here's the set of 9 level 1 chase cards, all of them full, all of them showing off different characters from the ongoing series. And here are the common cards, the 150 card set, along with the audio cassette and the program. And here is all of it together, and it is a lot. What I will say is that River Group, who put out the Defiant card sets, did have a lot of issues, but the quality of their products was not one of them. When they put stuff out, it was good. And unfortunately, this one was very pricey back in the day. This was a $170 card tin, but if you can find it, you will probably not have to pay anywhere close to that. I got lucky. I found this on Whatnot from a seller, and I was able to get it for $15. And so hopefully you're going to be able to get it for closer to what I got it than what it was originally going for. All right, that's it. Like and subscribe for more videos. And until next time, stay defiant.